One of the things you can do if you want to prevent this type of wear and tear on your bag, if you're purchasing new or if the bag does not have this wear on it, is you can actually... Hey friends, welcome to today's video. If you enjoy authentic luxury handbags, you're in the right place. Today we are comparing a Louis Vuitton OnTheGo MM and a Louis Vuitton OnTheGo GM. I am so excited to show you this side by side, give you an idea of what's in my bag, what fits in one bag, what may not fit in the other, a try on, and just all that good stuff. So if you're excited, want to join, make sure you stay tuned till the end. You're not gonna wanna miss it, but I would love for you to like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's try on, check out, and see what's in my bag for the Louis Vuitton OnTheGo GM and MM. All right, friends, so like I said, today we are checking out the gorgeous Louis Vuitton OnTheGo GM and the Louis Vuitton OnTheGo MM. These are both in the reverse monogram giant print. I am so excited to show you these bags side by side, give you an idea of what fits and what may not fit in the MM that fits in the GM. So we're going to do a close-up, we're going to check them out, and we're going to do a try-on and a side-by-side as well. So make sure you stay tuned to the end, but let's go ahead and just jump into this video. So first we have the MM, which this is a perfect everyday size. I personally love this for running around, running errands, all that good stuff. It fits so comfortably on the arm. You also have those on-the-go shoulder straps that fold into the bag. I've had both. I've had the monogram shoulder strap ones as well as the leather. And personally, I really like the leather ones. I found that they sit really comfortably. A couple of things to note is they do not come off. So they're not removable. The handle carry also is not removable, but those shoulder straps are not removable. They just kind of tuck into the bag. And then you have that hand carry option as well. The GM is exactly the same. We see those shoulder straps, and then we see the arm carry as well. So I do want to share with you really quick, you do have a little bit of a difference, as you can tell on the straps. So you have this one being a little bit longer of a drop length. I will share those measurements with you in the description, all the measurements you need for both bags as well, so you can check that out and see what works better for you. I have used an organizer as well as note organizer. I'm currently not using one, so I'm going to just do note organizer today in the bag and share with you how that fits and whatnot. But if you want to see bag reviews with an organizer comparison, let me know in the comments below if you guys want to see that, and maybe I can do a comparison of note organizer versus the organizer as well. But other than the strap length, we also do see a size difference. So obviously the GM is a larger size. This is the largest OnTheGo we have right now that we see, and it is fabulous. It is one of my favorite large tote bags right now. I love the structure as well as the print. The monogram reverse is just stunning. It has that red interior and features, like I said, the double handle carry, and it is just gorgeous. I absolutely love it. The MM is just a little bit smaller, but it has the same features, and I absolutely love that. It makes it a challenge in your collection sometimes if you're wanting just one. Honestly, I would recommend, if you really love the bag like I do, two are a great option, and you'll see why when we do what's on my bag and kind of how I use that as well. So we'll get more into that. You do still have that clasp at the top like we see on some of the other bags. So if you wanted to clasp it shut a little bit, you can do that. Let's go ahead and check that out. So it gives you a little bit of an opening at the top. It does get pretty close if you choose to do that. And on the GM, this is how far, let's go ahead and see how far we'd be on that one. If we can get it to clip, it was facing the wrong direction. There we go. So it does make that opening look really slender at the top, and it slims it down. A couple things to note, if you do get an organizer, I will link them down below for you as well. But if you choose to go with an organizer, one of the things to realize is you have a couple options. So you can either get one that kind of pushes out on the a little bit of the natural dip in the bag, or you can get one a little bit smaller that helps sit in the bag nicely with that. So they do recommend some of the sizes in the description of the link I'll give you. They have size recommendations, but do know that if you want it to have a little bit of room, I've used one before, as I had in my long form video of the OnTheGo GM. If you want to check it out, just kind of how I sized down a little bit and allowed for a little extra room. Kind of work with the straps if you want to tuck them in and all that good stuff. So make sure you check out those videos as well as the MM on how I make that work. But Anyway, for size comparison, let's continue. So like I said, you do have the difference in that long strap. I'll have the measurements for this one as well for the handle carry, so you can kind of see how those compare. But all in all, it is a really, really tough pick if you were to pick just one. I think there's such great options. I am so excited to share with you today what fits inside these bags and how it looks and how it transitions over or does not. So we're gonna check it out. We're gonna see what fits inside. And like I said, we are going to get an up close look at both bags, even trying them on and see which one might be better for your collection or if both are a perfect addition to your collection. So let's go ahead and check out what's in my bag for the Louis Vuitton On The Go. All right, friends. So like I said, we are going to do a what's in my bag, see what fits inside the MM and what fits inside the GM, and we're going to do a transition over. So I want to show you what fits inside the MM first, what transitions over to here, and also what I use for my daily carry in this one opposed to when I'm using the GM, how I use it, and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and get started. So first off, honestly, I know I've had this question a lot. Is this bag too big for a daily carry? Let's go ahead and check it out a little bit. So the GM is larger. Yes, if you like a big bag, this would be your option. So if you're like a never full GM size girl, this is for you. So the GM is a really good size. And honestly, I think it could be an everyday bag, but not for those of us who use a smaller bag, you know, kind of to go, I don't know, run errands or whatnot. If you want that like more compact feeling, this one would be probably a little big for you. It is a really good size. And honestly, I don't feel like it's too cumbersome. I really adore the size. Honestly, I got this earlier on before the MM and I just absolutely adored it. And even though I felt like it was too big to take sometimes, I still wanted to take it because I thought it was so, so cute. So a couple things I do want to cover real quick before we do the what's in my bag and move on to that one. A couple things just to note about this piece. So if you're looking whether on the pre-loved market or if you're purchasing new, a couple things to keep in mind. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with the handles. So if you are looking on the pre-loved market, you may see this as a sign of wear and tear on the bag, or if you're purchasing new, some things to look for, or some things that you can do to prevent this that might actually save your bag. So let's talk about that. So the first thing is on this piece, as you can tell, the one I have has some rubbing on the handle. I had purchased this one pre-loved and it had some of the edging worn on it. One of the things you can do if you want to prevent this type of wear and tear on your bag, if you're purchasing new or if the bag does not have this wear on it, is you can actually hold the bag with your finger, your index finger in the middle between the straps, and then when you carry the bag, it prevents it from clanking together and rubbing that edging. So that helps prevent future wear and tear on your piece, and it helps keep those handles looking nice for a long, long time. Honestly, I did that on this one that I have. This one is really, really good, and I've done that and haven't had any issues with my handles on there. They look fabulous. They haven't gotten clunked together, and it just really helps hold the bag and give it a little bit more longevity. So the other thing to look out for is you may find one with signs of wear on the handle straps. This can be common if somebody is really, you know, just kind of tossing the bag on and you can see damage on there. If you wanted to, you could see about a cobbler fixing it, but honestly, I would take it to Louis Vuitton and get a quote from them on repair if that ends up happening to you or your bag. It's just kind of something to watch out for. You know, it's typical on any handbag. You might have rubbing or signs of use. But another thing to watch out for that I've noticed on the On The Go, especially the GM. So I've had a couple different GMs, and this just tends to happen with the canvas and the lining. And honestly, I'm not sure why. Even if they're new, they have had this. So I think it's more of where we see the seams coming together. You can see that there is a tiny little bit of the like string that comes out from when they do it. And like I said, I've seen it on so many. It just happens. And so regardless on if it's new or used, this is something that if it's going to bother you, you might just want to consider that this can happen. It's more from the canvas and how the stitching is, how the cut is on the canvas. It is just part of, you know, something to look out for that may be on your bag. It's just a little bit there. You can either kind of tuck it in if you wanted to, or just leave it, but it's not offensive in my opinion. It's just a way that the bag's made that it tends to have. So just something to keep in mind. But like I said, on those handles, if you want to prevent them hitting together, if you carry them like that, that can save your bag. So let's go ahead and check out what fits inside the MM, and then we will move on to the GM and see what transitions over. So I am so excited to share this one with you guys. This has been my go-to bag for, oh my goodness, quite some time now. I honestly use this one on the daily, like it's just so frequently because it is so easy to use. Like I said, I really do love the GM though, and I want to use it more on the daily basis, but to be very honest, I don't have the room in my vehicle right now to even put that with all the kids and their stuff. And so when I'm bringing their stuff, unless I'm putting their stuff in my bag, and then if I'm carrying the bag additionally, and so on and so forth. So without further ado, let's just jump into this. All right, so first we have those go-to items. And like I said, we're not using the organizer today, but we're gonna go ahead and take out those straps. If you want to see the organizer, comment below, let me know, and I will do that for you guys. So this does have that back zipper pocket we see, and it also features those two little compartments. So just to note, my phone is an extra large, and it has a pop socket on it, and it has a case on it. And if you're really, there we go, we can guide it into the pocket. It fits in there. So that fits in there well. I know you guys, I've told you guys so many times that I use the back zipper compartments for my phone, keys, wallet kind of thing. I haven't on this one, and I think it's because of the structure of the bag. I just really don't prefer it. So the thing I'm really doing with this one, honestly, is I like the little compartments, or I'll just put my items in, and it's been really good. So we have the phone, key pouch. I'm using my compact wallet right now, my other keys, that manicure nail kit. I need to get a new one. I do. Knocking stuff over now. Okay, here we go. So I have those Chomps meat sticks because you know, I always have them on hand. I've got my PM vintage bucket pouch. I was using this for my catch-all, another little catch-all, sunglasses. These, I just, like I've told you guys, I love the pouches. I do organizers as well, but sometimes I just go to my pouches in these bags and they work wonderfully. Okay, sorry, I had, like I said, I have this stuff set aside. Okay, gum, always have the gum in there. Okay, so we're getting there. Here we go. Okay, hair clip. Key, not key pouch. Oh my goodness. I had a moment there. Card holder, pocket organizer, whatever, whichever one you want to go with. Okay, so we are full and looking good. This is what my daily carry looks like. This is what I've been carrying in it. And now we are going to add those other items to the GM, see what transitions over. And I want you to see what else I put when I use the GM instead of the MM and what fits inside it there that does not fit in here. But before we go ahead and do that, I want to share with you something real quick. It's a little heavy. It's a little heavy. It's off to the side. Here we go. Does a MacBook Air fit in the MM? I have had this question so many times, and I want to help you guys. So let's check it out. MacBook Air, MM. This is what it would be. We'll move some of the chomps down there and off to the side. Okay. So yes, you could put it in. You could put it in this way, and it would fit. Let's see. I'm gonna show you guys sideways. We'll go this way so you can tell. That's what it would look like. So yes, the MacBook Air fits in there. I don't think the other way it would fit. Yeah, no, not happening. Here, we'll put it beside the bag so you can see it. So it's really close, if you can tell, along the side. But it could go up and down. But let's go ahead and transition over to the GM and see what fits in there, as well as how I would pack it. So obviously you got a little snippet there. Yes, we're going to put the laptop in there. So let's go ahead and see the extra things as well, because there's extra stuff today. So we have all these goodies over here. So when I need a larger bag, like I've told you guys before, it's usually because I'm going somewhere on a road trip or with the family. And if you know I have little ones, and so I'm always taking their stuff additionally with me. So all the stuff goes over. I transition all my regular items, and then I add some. So we're going to start by lining up all the pouches, the PM, the little vintage clip one I have here, my sunglasses. Okay, we'll put those there. Gum, manicure nail kit, the card holder, hair clip, all the good stuff. I usually try to keep more of like my items on one side, and there's an extra Chomps floating around. Okay, so honestly, I have a few kids, and so there's usually more than even that because I take some for my husband too. So there's probably like 10 at a time or something. I just have a few in there because I was doing my daily one. And then the key pouch, wallet, and then I have over here another one of my little pouches, like a catch-all, that little Chanel vintage one. I do have my stationery, usually in a PM pouch as well, like the bucket pouch. My agenda, I absolutely love that one. That's easy to carry. Then we have the Louis Vuitton earbuds. And there it is. The other, well, this is a toiletry 15. Okay, we got pouches falling. Let's go ahead. This is when an organizer might be a good option for you. Actually, to be honest, I think I did do that with my laptop last time we went on a trip. There's the other chomps. Look at me. Okay, so now we have the laptop. This one actually, it does fit. There we go, lengthwise. I've got to move some of those pouches. What was I doing over here? I'm not sure what we had. Something's bumping. Okay. Okay, we'll get it figured out. We'll get it figured out. Oh no, it's on a meat stick. That's what it was. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, there we go. We got to figure out where that went. There we go. Fun times. Okay. So there it is. So sorry. Okay. Okay. So now we've got all these things falling over. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So we have, I want this organized because if it's not organized, it makes it challenging. Okay, we have that snapping pouch, the vintage one, the hair clip, the card holder, the gum, key pouch, compact wallet, sunglasses, the phone and keys, the nail manicure kit, some more pouches, the meat sticks, we've got the agenda, we've got the laptop, we are ready to go. Look at that. It all fits so good. And you still have room on top. And honestly, I usually put like a sweater if we're going somewhere right on the top. But look at that. And it carries so well. You can hold it really well like that. Or if you want to do the handle carry, which would be really hard to show you right now with the video. But this is how she looks. So good. This is a perfect road tripping bag or a carry-on if you're going on a flight or something, because I love the structure and you have that canvas that is really easy to go with and you don't have to worry about vachetta or whatnot with that. So without further ado, let's do a try on, guys, see what these look like, and I'll see you in the rest of the video. Let's go. All right, friends, so like I said, we are going to do a try on to see how the On-The-Go MM and the On-The-Go GM fit. We're going to do a side-by-side comparison as well. So let's go ahead and dive in. So first we have the On-The-Go MM, and this is such a perfect everyday carry bag. Like I said, if you want to give it some longevity when you're carrying it, I would just stick your index finger in between and kind of hold it like that. You don't have to, but that's kind of how I've just naturally come to carry my hand carry bags, just to kind of save them. Although when you put them on the crook of your arm, that doesn't tend to be an issue. It's more of it if you grab it too tight and you can rub it, it can have that issue over time. But this is how the MM fits. Let's go ahead and move the GM out of the way so you can see the MM. It fits so good. I absolutely love this bag. I find it super easy to kind of carry hands-free, honestly, when it's on the crook of your arm because of the size of the bag. But let's also check out the arm carry, and then we will check out the GM and do a side-by-side. So this is how you have the shoulder carry on this one, and it is really comfortable. I have the leather straps on this one. I've had the monogram ones as well. These ones sit really comfortably, and I really enjoy that it has that option. I have a couple times found myself kind of doing an arm carry with this as well, and it can be done. Personally, I've actually gone to the arm carry more than the shoulder carry, which is really surprising. I do have young children, and so that really surprised me that I actually kind of opted for more of the arm carry, but I actually found that it was, like I said, almost just like a hands-free option because it sits so well. I was able to go to the store, grab what I needed, and then if I wanted to go to the shoulder option, then I could do that as well. So like I said, that's a great option to have, and I absolutely love that it is that multi-carry piece. So let's check out the GM and then see what these look like side by side on and see which one might work best for you. So the GM, I love this. I love the size of it. I love that it's just a grand piece. I find that it is such a statement, and I love this bag. This is one of my top picks for a tote bag right now, and I love that you have that handle carry on the large bag as well as the shoulder option. The handle carry on a large bag to me is such a statement piece, but also you can be so functional and have that shoulder carry. I do still have some of those items in here as well. So that's how the bag fits. Like I said, this could be a daily carry as well if you're somebody that enjoys a larger bag. If you want that smaller carry for every day, you definitely could go for the and that's a really good option, and it holds the essentials so good. So you can't go wrong with either one. Honestly, if you like larger bags, I would say that this would be the option for you. Like I said, it's more of a comparable thing with a Neverfull GM. But again, you have that handle carry as well as the shoulder straps. So let's go ahead and see what they look like side by side. So the this is about how big it is. This is how big it is compared to the GM On. So like I said, it's really a point of preference on how large of a bag you want to carry and how many things you have to carry. I love that they have the exact same look, even though one's smaller, one's larger, because we do see by Louis Vuitton sometimes the bag and the style actually changes. Even if it's the same bag, you might see a little tweaking throughout the sizes, and I just love that you can have either one in exactly the same look. So like I said, the strap length I will have in the description for you below, and the fit is so cute. Let me know which one you guys prefer. Which one's your favorite option? Like I said, this one does sit a little bit lower and have just a little bit more room as to where the MM's a little bit up high. There we go, on the arm. So let me know in the comments below which one you guys prefer. I'm excited to hear from you, and until next time, bye friends.